Hi, everybody. I wanted to give you some video feedback. And first, I want to say, just how great you're doing. You've only had a week at this, and you've put a lot into this, into your work for the week. I'm really thrilled. I'm going to go through these as a first-time user. So even if I've looked at it before, some of them I have, maybe all of them, but I'm going to go through and give you the usual tips, the things that a lot of students need work with. And so I hope you'll watch the whole video because you'll see things that other students are doing, and it will show you how to do something maybe you left out, or they'll try something that maybe you thought about and you realize now maybe you're glad you didn't, or whatever it is. It helps to see your peers work. Okay, it really, really does. So I'm going to jump right in, and I may not repeat everything, but as far as on every site, so I'm going to have some of the same edits that need to be made, but do everything you can to take notes on this. If you want, you can download or copy and paste the transcript from YouTube, because that's going to have the list of revisions that you need to make, as I'm going through and talking about it. Those will be submitted when you make your revised and final draft, okay, or website. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to be looking for those things and list those things that I tell you need to be revised, okay? All right, let's jump in. William, I do like how plain and simple this is. It's very clear. We do want to put the contact at the end. It's a web standard. If somebody asks why, it's like not putting the radio in a car in the back seat, okay? It's just where it goes. It's where people are accustomed to finding it. It's where it works. So that's what we want to do. And then your email is just going to go on your contact page. It's good that you have a Gmail. Those of you who have a student email, please update that to a free Gmail. Okay. Good. You're linked up on Instagram. Okay. And your links are working. You just need a little bit here. So maybe a dash, and I guess I would stay consistent with what you've done up here. Maybe a dash, and then what your role was. Okay. And if necessary, the type of camera or what have you. But everything else is here. So I would just go ahead, little slash, and then what your role was for your asset guide. We left a line of paragraph text. Okay, so you want to do that second out, but you don't. It doesn't bother me here. It doesn't seem like too much. Consider whether you really want your number here or if you want to give it to them after they contact you. Okay. And make sure we're not giving them, any personal locations. Great. You're going to change this around week 4. You can change it in the end there for sure. Probably close up a little space there, but it's not bad. And so really, this is a pretty solid site, right? Like you're an editor for this, right? So make sure that that's stated there. If we click here, it goes right where it should. Nice. I think one thing I would do, I'm not sure I would have this in a sans serif. I'm sorry, a serif. I think I might use a serif for this. Something to think about. It is the same as this. It's not a big deal. Okay, and your contact goes right here. Okay, not a lot, but let's see, we are asking you to include a profile image. So a professional shot, all you have to do is take your cell phone, go around your dwelling somewhere by natural light, the windows or doorways or things, and see if you can find a good, lighting. That is the key. And then make sure it's in focus. So it doesn't have to be a big deal to get a nice profile shot. You can get one with your phone for sure. Just make sure the backgrounds are not messy, and that, and I know you will, and that, your face is well lit and sharp, okay? Probably, if you're going to make a t-shirt, wear a t-shirt, make sure it's, not too baggy around the neckline, things like that, okay? Unless it's the style. All right, so now we're going to look at the mobile, because you are required this month to have a mobile site. Left align this, it's going to work for you. It does get to stack a little bit here, You have your number twice. These are the kind of things you check in your mobile. It's not, there won't be a lot of problems in the mobile, and it won't be hard. You're just going to correct those things. Okay, so that won't necessarily be there. All right, this is a really great start. It's slimmed down. It's there's no template that I can find. Really good job. Laura, you did a great job too. Consider whether you want your number there. Change this to a Gmail. You're linked up. Excellent, excellent for your copy. This maybe could be the same or in parentheses or something, same font. I like it. I like that you have that there. I just think it doesn't seem to be fitting in yet with that. Maybe that font would be good that you have your name in. I like what you've done with this. I see this template a lot, and I love when they change the colors, and this is a terrific profile image. The colors were working really well. So the spacing here and here, okay, things like that. Maybe a little more padding here. Let's see. About me, projects, contacts, learn more. Okay. All right. I kind of want to see an image of something, but I was really impressed with the story. I liked it. And if the only image we have is that of you on the front, that's great, because it's a good one. Here's what I liked. I like you said, at the age of 15, I began a personal YouTube channel. You didn't tell us how old you are, and I know a lot of people will do that, but then that will have to be updated every year. And here's one thing you have to consider, and I don't think things have changed that much since I first started out in the industry, and that is there are going to be some people who are going to take advantage of new graduates. They're going to try and get work for free. They're going to try and have you work lots of hours for not a lot of money, but they're going to tell you how great this is going to be for your resume or what have you. I just prefer not to tell them how old you are, okay? For lots of reasons. And most people, of course, you're not going to have to worry about, but they are there, and the people who do that are very good at it, and they do it over and over again. It's like the same people doing it, not a lot of people, just the same people, okay? So watch for that as you're about to graduate, okay? Loved this. I love how aligned these are. The spacing is the same. It's a little different here, but not too bad, not noticeable. Really good. This all has enough breathing room. We do need to look at this, right? The line spacing here should be the same. I think this is the better layout, but really great. I just love what you've done. I really do. I think you've done a terrific job thinking about that and that. Otherwise, well done. Well done. Yeah, you have your asset guide and your sample. Love it. Okay, good job. You have very little left to do. Now, I don't have your mobile site, so that's not great. If you would send your Get Feedback link, I didn't see it. I'll go back and check it again, but I didn't think that I had that, so that I can look at your mobile and so that you'll get credit for that. Okay. This, I think, is in play. Okay. Let's see. Maybe this goes up here so we can bring that up, and this will come up a little bit. You do have it, all three of those words on one line here. Double check your font here and spelling and such. Let's see. Okay, we need an asset guide for this. Okay, we need just a little bit that tells us exactly what your role was. Same here. I would probably align these and just put the titles underneath each of them personally, but and that gives you a little room to talk about what you did on it, because that's the important part. You know, you could have been the director, the editor, cinematographer, writer. You could have been all those things. So, or one or the other. So we need to let people know what your role was. That's super important, and that's why we have the asset guide. Okay. I think you could probably find another image. Now, I know there's probably a story to this, and probably for someone who was there, it has some meaning. But we have to think of things from the user's perspective, someone who is just coming in. This may not be your strongest image. You might have something a little clearer from one of your shoots, you know, the actual film, maybe even this, right? Shot that's in there. But you probably have a stronger one. Let's left align this. I'm not sure that you need to be in bold. Double check and see if you can avoid that. Go through and use a spell check. Grammarly, you've got two eyes there, you need a period, all those things you want to double check, okay? The spacing here is a little more than here, and so everybody's going to check those things, okay? And the contact, I didn't find your template, so I don't know if this is yours. If it isn't, let's start here. And let's make sure that everything, for everybody, this is for everyone, that your background images are created by you, okay? That's important. Because we're saying that we can do those things, right? Otherwise, I do love this image if it's yours. I'm just, I don't know if it's maybe the template. I don't know. If it isn't, then remove that and bring it up. All right. Good work. Good work. I don't see, again, the mobile. And I will go back again and look to see. Yeah. Okay. Here is the mobile. Okay, good. Okay. You want to choose just your best, and then you want to choose the best thumbnail, okay, from that. Not just anything, but the best that works as a thumbnail. Probably close that space up a little bit. And we're going to need some asset guides, okay? You need to tell us everything about that and what you did. Okay. I'm not sure we need this and this, okay? And again, you're going to need asset guides. I would just choose 3 or 4. You don't need a lot. But I think this is one of your images, and that's good to do. It looks like something is clipped here, maybe even a title, so I would remove that personally and continue to look for other images that you have that summarize what your work is. I really like this. Okay, again, you have your age. I would reconsider it. And nobody needs to say they're a student. You didn't do that here that I can tell, just, thinking about it. So let's see, maybe this comes up just a hair, but it's okay. Okay, so this image, I'm going to say this. Well, first, we need higher contrast here. The background needs to be something that's a little darker, so I would look for that. Be mindful of angry faces. Now, if you're going for things like, battle scenes and stuff, great. But be cautious and make sure everything is the same, because it looks aggressive and it's a skateboard. So I'm not saying it's bad. I like it, actually. And it's consistent with your work, but do make sure this is, has higher contrast there. So look through what you have. Yeah, okay. Let's look at the mobile real quick. And this is the kind of thing that will happen. So the lettering is cut off. There's a space here. We'll want to work on. This is here. Close that up. Maybe that doesn't go there. This probably wouldn't go here because it's here. Okay. I would put this up here. If you want this to be in yellow, then put it in yellow up here. Might look good all caps. This can be as it is or smaller in all caps. We talked about that. A lot of spacing. And if these are not importing, then double check on your desktop view and check the ratio for that, and that might help. Okay, and then a little bit, what you'll do is just put a little bit underneath what you did. Okay. See, yeah, you gotta watch those things. But you'll figure it out. You've got a couple of weeks or so to do it. Okay. Do like that image. Okay, all right. So I think you can see what needs to be worked on. Everybody has done a great job uploading some of their work and getting this going. And I don't think I saw template. So that's really great. Good for you. All right, great start. Okay. This goes in a loop. And so this is good short film. I would take out for school. For this, you do say edited. That's good. We are not allowed to use Full Sail like this for Full Sail because we're just not allowed to use the brand in that way. Okay. You can say for degree program or something like that, but that's super important. Okay. Let's remove this background simply because it's template, and close this up. Make sure you have your copyright information down there. Okay. And again, you're going to list what your role was in those. Okay. This needs a higher contrast, right? We can't read those very well. And this is text placeholder, and we need to move that. I don't know about that box. I don't know that you need it. And you'll have your copyright information down here. A little space here for sure. Okay, so you're going to either break that here or push that over. Let's see. Yeah, you're going to need a little bit of, maybe that's a bigger header, and maybe you move your anchor up a little bit so it's not right here. Make it right there. You probably, you'll have to figure out what to do about this background. Maybe you make this all black all the way across, and that's a black background. That could work. And you'll need to remove these and link up to yours. If you only have a LinkedIn, that's important. All right, let's look at the mobile real quick. Okay, so this is the kind of thing that happens. You'll want to move that to make sure it's not over your face. You'll have your asset guide here. That will be black, probably. All right, and lots of different things. You saw how your logo here is cut off. You probably centered that. All right, so I think you see where you can go for the rest of the week, and I look forward to seeing it again. All right. Okay. We are going to want to eliminate all placeholder. Everything must be yours like this. Anything that isn't should be replaced with yours. Good job. Okay, so James, it's okay to have these if they're, you know, people you work with, that's fine. This could probably be a little sharper. These are sharp, look good. You could probably walk around and get, you know, around your house and get another image. Let's see. I like this. I like the way it's looking. We try and take out the coming soon. Okay, we can't have that. What you just need is your works page. So eliminate that, and you're just going to have your work page with samples. Call that work. Take this out. I don't believe that's yours. If it is, you know, let me know. But it doesn't look like the rest of your work, so I don't know that. This isn't working. Well, it is, but it's going to placeholder. So that's something. Okay. This is a Wix video. You're going to want something of your own. And here's what I recommend. If you like this, try shooting something like this, right? The high contrast, or it's really in focus, you know, look for something like that. Okay, so it's yours, and then you've learned how to do something you like, right? All right, let's look at the mobile. Yeah, you've got some overlapping and things to look at. Update to 2022, probably. That goes, yeah. So there are some things to be taken out. There's template to be looked at. Okay. And right, so this one didn't come over, so you'll want to check that. It's here. So some things will need to be moved. Probably this background image, which is parallax scrolling, it's not needed. It usually gets us in trouble more often than not. And I would break this down to, in the mobile section, to 2 paragraphs. Okay. All right. Great job. I am looking forward to seeing the revisions and template removed. All right. Okay. Good. I'm going to close that up a little bit there. I like how you have your tagline on the homepage. Replace this with one of your own. You know, the timepiece is nice. Maybe one of those images would work really well. If you shot it, you know, I think you did, but if not, you know, if it's a, you know, placeholder or something that you purchased, you know, then you wouldn't. But if you shot it, I think maybe you did, I would put that back here. Okay. And again, just a little brief note on what your role was. I know you have, you know, on the home page what you do. We don't know, you know, into what page someone's going to end up on our site when they're looking for something necessarily. And so you want to put that on every page. Good, you updated that. Close that a little. And I liked what you wrote. And yeah, close that. Good. And everybody, let's has an apostrophe. Okay. Check yours. Yeah, I would get into this. I think it's a beautiful piece. Okay, nice work. I'll have to go back and see, but I don't see your mobile section. All right. Okay, Dan, I really like what you've done. You do need to replace this template image. Okay. I like this photo, and I like that you have a different one here, just the right amount. And if you like this, find an image like this that you shoot, because this is recognizable, because I've seen it a lot of times in Wix, but take something and you can repeat that image as long as the information is changing above the scroll, and it is. You know, you could put that at your home page, another image that is, you know, has an opaque treatment to it, so it falls back. This is a good image. Is this your best thumbnail? This is provocative enough. She's just in mid-sentence, is why I ask. But this is perfect. Nice. Good work. Nice and clean. It's not over the top. Yes. All right. Yeah, for the most part, just the background. Good job. Okay. Your name probably here. And a short abbreviated asset guide maybe underneath that. You'll want to check that on your mobile. Probably cut that down a little bit. All right. Okay, so this is in a great position to be edited and revised, really close to being done. All right. Okay, this line you want to check, and probably I would go ahead and have, rather than a hamburger on this one, I would go ahead and have it up here. I say that because it's an added step. Okay, I do like how this works. If you want, use this font, you know, up here, a little smaller. I'm not crazy about this font now for this. It's not holding up for me. Maybe this would be better. Even if it was just that. And the red, I'm not, and see, this needs to be, rather than down here, we just need to have your navigation at the top. I do like this. I do think that it's coming together. I remember when you first started it. Reconsider that. Okay, so it's just an added thing that is cutting information off. Some of these buttons don't seem to be working. Okay, this one is, but some of them don't seem to be. So I would check that out. This probably could come off if you're able, because you have it here. Yeah. And I would just say, I would take the student out and have a dash there and say short film. Okay. You're going to want to have asset guides to tell everybody what your role was. Okay. That's a good page. If you have this, let's see. Yeah, that's a good page. Just say collection of film and photography or something. We can be clearer about that. And this is a great page. Okay, so I think you know what needs to be done. Even if you treated it like this, your homepage, you know, with that white, red, and not in this font, but like the font that you have been using throughout the site, would work better. This isn't really working down here, so I would remove that. And again, asset guides. Use this font. Something like that. It could be red, white production, or white, red production in white. All kinds of ways you could do it. Watch how this is wrapping. Okay. You might put Sincere Faith Productions up here in your header. Don't see asset guides, and we need those. Okay, now you only need 3 examples of your work, really. So you could choose just your 3 best here, or 4 if you want, you know, for each of those if you want to do them all. But we do need, you do say shoot, and that's, you know, that's good. I wonder if I would look more at this, a lighter font for this, and put your logo up here. All right. There's quite a bit here. All right, so I think you know what you need to do to clear things up just a little bit. It's really close, really close. Good start, great job. Okay. This isn't an easy template in my mind. It seems like it would be, but I don't think that it really is. Okay. Okay. Good, you're linked up. Watch how that breaks and consider whether you want your number there. Okay. Your link works because I tried it. Nice. Let's remove this. It goes to a blank template. Let's remove it. You have asset guides. This and these are not the same. This isn't the same size text. Okay, so make sure they're all the same. All the same. And you do want these to be the same width, ideally. So if that's a narrow column. If you wanted to make these 2 the same, you know, that would at least make more sense, but try and have these more similar and rewrap that. Okay, you need a contact page. One that is by itself. If not, you need a contact in the navigation that goes to your contact somehow, okay? Okay. Nice. I'll get rid of that. Right, so you're going to change that. You know, you could combine those potentially. And say, leave logo and commercial. And combine these somewhat and still list your skills. Okay, all right. All right, terrific starts, looking good, nice and clean. Okay, Josh, I think maybe this could be a little smaller or include the whole thing. It's being clipped, right? But it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. You know, even if it's feathered or something, you may have to do something different there. Look and see as you are in your gallery and so forth. Look and see if you're able to change the overlay color, because you might be able to go to something a little cooler that's closer to your background or closer to this. So when we roll over, it's going to be that color. Check and see if this template will do that for you. Okay. All right. Okay, we've got a few different fonts happening, so we want to watch that. Okay. I feel like this needs to be centered. Double check and see. if it's me or if it's the way it is set up, because this is a longer word. Okay, all right. Yeah, I want to see an overlay that works better with your overall background, if you're able to do that, because these are great images. The overlay is not supporting it, okay? All right, and asset guides. See, if I select this, this would be a capital probably, and maybe a little bit about it, because this is great. All right, so that was the main thing. That was the main thing, is how this was clipped, and that overlay, I think, could be improved for you. I think it's in your design settings. So you'll want to move this around. Maybe this comes up here, and maybe there's a little space there, or a little less space. And that comes up into your header, and that way you won't have that issue. Yeah, you're going to rewrap things, probably cut that down a little bit. Maybe a name line for yourself. Space these up, and that's probably has a second P in it. Okay. I mean, this I could see. Maybe that's the title. Maybe that's its name. This is nice. It'd be nice to see it larger someplace, but I don't think you can do that right now. Close this space up a little bit so we're kind of consistent about that. If you're able to make this bigger and crop it, that would be better, rather than having a different size and a different ratio. All right. And you could say a little bit, this could go smaller actually here, and you could say a little bit about what your skill set was or what you used, right? If you used Photoshop, or, you know, if it's photo editing, whatever it is, that's going to be a capital because it's a title. But yeah, I think the main thing is making these all the same size, and it may mean cropping some things out, certainly making it a little bigger. Go to your original file, make sure that it's not going to lose resolution. But yeah, I think it's working out well. Let me go back to that. A little more padding on the more. Yeah, maybe these aren't italicized. Okay, so you'll work on it. Look at these things. This looks good with this. That's just sort of has strange spacing more than anything. All right, really great job. I can't wait to see this come up. All right, homepage needs navigation. I think you want to have actual navigation here. Space here. The thing about this is it's an image that is behind some of the other images. Good job here. Like here, when we do this way, we see this underneath it. That's not working. Okay, so I think traditional or like this that we can read will help you, rather than having it like this. Even though I like that, it just isn't going to work because of that image behind it. Make sure you've got the same amount of spacing here, probably this much. If you're going to do it there, you would do that here. I know this is a different format, but a little more spacing. Let's see. And you want to make sure your line spacing is the same. Yeah, I know you have it the same here and not here, but I think you need to be a little more consistent. Consider a sans serif for what you're doing. for this. All right. But good job adding your assets. Perfect. And your contact. I think a different image here, maybe one of you working or smiling, is going to produce better results. And let's take off student, get a free Gmail. I'd take this off. Atlanta, keep it general, is good. You don't need these twice. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot more clicking when I have to come up here and go to another page intermittently. All right, great start. Let's look at your mobile. Okay, yeah, these are better at the bottom probably. This doesn't have a purpose here. I think sans serif throughout, and making sure that these are under each of those. Okay, so you'll know when you get there. You'll see what you need. Doesn't bother me there as much for this one, just on the okay. I would cut that down, probably 2.5 paragraphs. Of course, leave some spacing. And go ahead and be sure that everybody is checking all of their spelling. All right, close that up. Yeah, great start, great start. You've got a lot to work with there. Okay, I believe this is Mark. Let's see. Okay, I think one image would be sufficient. I know this is the template, but one image with your role, 3 roles, would be fine. And fine, you wrote that earlier. This, we don't want to have something that is not here yet, or this, so that's a template placeholder we want to remove. I would work on that, take that off if you just want MT, originals to where we can read it, would be better. We don't need a lot. Simpler. Simple is good. Okay. The background image. You want to double check. And you'll need to link up to at least a LinkedIn and a YouTube if you have it. This could be higher contrast, probably. Be careful of this. Yeah. Okay. A form might be good there. This is the template, phone number, and we won't need that twice. It's in the footer. Okay. So samples of work with asset guides. And I didn't see the mobile. That would have to be the Get Feedback link. All right. I'm sure you'll have, hopefully you'll have time to work on it this month, and it's going to come together nicely. Okay. I do like this. I like the way the geometrics are working, but this isn't your image, I don't think. If it is, correct me, but I don't think it is. I do like this. I know exactly what you do. Maybe this could be black instead, and the contact always goes to the end. Probably need a little space here. This is covering up the descender on your G. And you'll need copyright. You are linked up to your social. Good. Let's try not to use the same image. Let's try not to use that video of smoke, that Wix video, and only use images that are yours, because it's not that I'm worried so much about, property, intellectual property, or anything like that. It's that it's very common, and because you are in the media industry, you're going to show your work, okay? And this background is just going to speed things, slow things down. If you want to go outside and take a picture of the sky and turn it into a black and white or grayscale and put a still back there, that might work just as well, okay? If you have nothing else but sky and some clouds, all right? Just things to think about. Okay, contact's going to move. I'm going to take that out, change that. I take that off. Yeah, okay. And okay, the background image, you want to remove that. All right. All right. Good. And you'll make sure there's a little bit of asset guide explanation, but this comes out. Okay, even if it's just black, is going to be better. And that moves over. All right, let's take a look at the mobile. Okay, that's going to go. That came up. Those images also need to be optimized. They're popping up rather slowly in all cases. I think I'd... Okay. Yeah, this needs a little space, and that background isn't working. This doesn't have, it's kind of out of place. It probably should be with the other film. Okay. Yeah, and we don't want to cover eyes and things, so maybe in this case it comes down here or below. Okay, and I think the other film should go with this. All right, you're going to have some time to work on it, and I look forward to seeing where it's going to be after it's all polished. Nice work. Okay, this link wasn't working for me, or this one, so double check that. I love the colors that you have. It's got a great feel with your work. I really like that. We do want to left align this, and I'm not sure that really goes with the about content. Nice. I'd like this maybe to be up here. Although this is easy to read, this just isn't as easy. Photography, cinematographer, I would try and be consistent. You can list that you do other things in your about. We need to eliminate some of these pages. This is template. This we don't need if we have an about, but if we do, we need a photo of you. Contact goes at the end and probably should have its own page. Either this is really large files that aren't loading, or there's nothing there. And this is template. But I do love the template you chose for your work. It's a great color scheme for your particular work. So that's really important and great. You just have a little bit of cleaning up on the templates, removing some of these pages, disable them. And let's see. Okay. Yeah, I think maybe you want to do this. for your logo. I like that you have it on your work. That's good. All right, linked up. Great start. Okay, so there's nothing here. It's one of those pages. I'm not sure about this image. I don't know what it is exactly. If it's, let's break this up into paragraphs and left align it. You know, I don't know, is this you? I don't know. So you can see that there's some things to look at here. You need an image of you. Like I said, go around your house, take a picture of yourself with natural lighting at the window or something. Okay, so you're going to go through and remove some of these pages, right? Anything you don't have content for, you'll take out. So, all right, everybody. Really thrilled with what you produced in just a week, all right? And now you're going to have time to go through and make some of the edits that you saw, and then we will look at it again, all right? Good job.